The following broadcast is a copyrighted presentation of the DHN Media Group. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of the DHN Media Group is hereby prohibited. It's the first half of a weekend series between the University of Delaware Division I Blue Hens and the Syracuse Orange. And we're live from Fred Rust Arena on a Delaware hockey night. And a most pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Delaware Hockey Night. We are live from Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware for the first half of a weekend series between the 6-6 University of Delaware Blue Hens men's Division I team and the 1-4-1 Syracuse University Orange. James Witherite joining you here at the Fred Rust Arena in advance of this weekend series. And again, a note that tonight, this game is the first half of a doubleheader for us on DHN. This game will be followed immediately by the conclusion of the University of Delaware women's team's matchup against Westchester on Delaware Hockey Night Radio. Of course, you can stream that at dehockeynight.com, and all games that stream on DHN TV are also simulcast on DHN Radio, again at dehockeynight.com. A little bit of change in the lines from Coach Todd Mittelmeyer on the Delaware side, as Chris Mazzella and Mike Niski will be joined by Jake Nema, rising from the second line, where he was last weekend in a 3-2 shootout win over Drexel here at Fred Rust on Friday night, and then a 4-2 defeat capped by an empty netter at Class of 1923 Arena in Philadelphia on Saturday. And then on down the page, we'll see Colin Emmerich, Kevin Felice back in the lineup, and Mike Redgate together on the second line. The third line of Cam Pierkowski, Ethan Dawking, and Dom Guido will get the starting duties tonight. And rounding out the dozen forwards, Devin Jenny, Gavin Hulser, and Brian Ostrander, making a drop down to the fourth line with the return of Felice to the lineup. On D, we'll see Jake DeFerris and Harrison Good as the first pair. Harrison Schuma and Jack Zimmer the second pair. They'll get the starting duties here tonight. And then Mike Patterson, Jay Luce, and Jackson Nee will round out the septet of blue liners for the Delaware Blue Hens. Chris Ponticello will get the start in net tonight. He is 5-5 with a .338 goals against average and a .912 save percentage. We'll get you the Syracuse information a little bit closer to game time. In fact, it'll be public address announcer Bill Williams who will give us the bulk of that in just a little bit. We'll get scratches for you. We'll get starters for you. And a few names to watch on the Orange side, including Lucas Prestama, who in 6 games leads the Orange with 4 goals and 1 assist. Peter Owen Hayward with 3 goals and 2 helpers. Connor Preston with 2 goals and 3 assists. And only 1 goalie has seen action so far this season. That is Eric Parker, who is 1-5 with a .351 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. But it's worth noting that the Syracuse Orange come in after being swept at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. The Flames, always a tough opponent, and they proved to be the case for the Syracuse side just last weekend. We'll take a pause here on Delaware Hockey Night. Glad you're with us for a Friday night from Fred Rust Arena. When we come back, it will be the Blue Hens and the Orange. Don't go anywhere. We're looking at roundabout a 7-10 puck drop. This is Delaware Hockey Night, and it's live at dehockeynight.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Fred Rust Arena, home of the University of Delaware Blue Hens and home of Delaware Hockey Night. On this Friday evening, November 1st, happy All Saints Day to those of you who celebrate. Happy Dia de los Muertos to those of you who celebrate that. James Witherite joining you from Fred Rust Arena. Flying solo tonight as Bob Thomas is behind the bench for Salesianum High School, who opens their Intercounty Scholastic Hockey League season this evening across town at the Patriot Ice Center against Unionville. We'll have full coverage of Sally's hockey through the course of the year, too, at dehockeynight.com, including over half of their season aired on DHN Radio and Delaware Hockey Night TV. So we're not just here at Fred Rust Arena, but we are all over the state. The Delaware Blue Hens are making their way onto the ice right now for the first half of this weekend series. Delaware decked out in their home white sweaters, blue pants, blue helmets. Delaware across the front in blue text, blue numbers all the way around. They'll travel left to right here in period number 1. Backstop by Chris Ponicello, who is 5-5 with a .338 goals against average and a save percentage of .912. 178 feet away from him will be Eric Parker. He's 1-4-1 with a .351 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. He leads the Syracuse Orange onto the ice. They're clad from head to toe in navy blue. Syracuse University emblazoned on the front of the sweater in orange text, orange numbers with white trim on the sleeves and back, white and orange trim all the way around. And if this voice is a familiar one, it's because I enjoyed the 2014, 15, and 16 seasons as the race caller at Vernon Downs. Enjoyed my time very much in central New York. And great to have those of you in and around the 315 along for the ride with us this weekend on Delaware Hockey Night. We're in store for a pair of great games between these Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League rivals. And without further ado, let's send things over to Fred Rust Arena public address announcer Bill Williams. Here he is.
It's time for University of Delaware Division I Blue Hens Hockey. Welcome to the Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware, where this evening the Syracuse University Orangemen take on your University of Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. First, let's introduce the starting lineup for Syracuse. At left defense, number 6, Ford Hatchet. At right defense, number 2, Ryan Dowd. At left wing, number 17, Peter Owen Hayward. At center, number 12, Lucas Pastrano. At right wing, number 26, Dylan Wheeler. And starting goal, number 30, Eric Parker. Syracuse gentlemen, please rise. And then remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be sung by our play-by-play announcer, James Witherwright.
Oh, say and lose me, my watery life. Once so proudly hailed, and the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars rule the perilous fight. O'er the so young we stream, and the rockets red, the bones bursting in air, it proved through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner again.
And without further ado, we're ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get this
On a Friday evening from Fred Rust, it's time to play some hockey. Delaware and Syracuse meeting for the first of 4 times here this season. Of course, Delaware traveling left to right, backstopped as mentioned by Chris Ponticello, and we see Todd Mittelmeyer's third line on to start things off tonight. That third line consisting of Cam Pierkowski, Ethan Docking, and Dom Guido, the heavy hitters for Syracuse. We'll get things rolling for the boys in blue. Lucas Prestamo to take the opening faceoff, flanked by Peter Owen Hayward and Dylan Wheeler at the wings, I should say. Sean Hoppy with the opening faceoff. He and Casey Peterson handling the lines duties. For Casey Robinson, rather, and it's Owen Doan and Rich Jondo in the bands here this evening as Delaware dumps the puck into the Syracuse zone to start play, but it's brought out by Lucas Prestamo for the Orange up the left side, took a hasty shot after gaining the Delaware blue line at the near wall. It bounced off the backboards to the far side where Ryan Dowd threw one in. It's taken away by Dom Guido. He races up the near wall past center, flips the puck in off the backhand. It's chipped to the far corner by Eric Parker, the Syracuse netminder. No icing on the subsequent clear from Syracuse as Peter Owen Hayward chases the puck down in the far corner. It's taken away below the Delaware goal by Harrison Schuma. Advanced to Guido, swatted into Syracuse territory once again by Cam Pierkowski. The third line hustles off, fresh legs on. Here are the big guns for Delaware, but Mackenzie Murphy walks the puck up the left side, just at the outside edge of the circles to regain the Delaware zone, and there's the first goal of the game, and it comes on a drop pass to Matt Jacobs, holding down the left point. Didn't take long at all, 66 seconds. Matt Jacobs from the left point off that drop pass with laser-like accuracy gets the puck in past Chris Ponticello. And it's now 1-0 Q's. That goal at 1:06. And the hands on the forecheck, putting pressure on up the far side. Matt Jacobs fires a rolling puck the length of the ice. And this comes back an icing. minute and a half into the contest, so the Hens will get an attacking zone face-off. Mike Niski is in to take it. Niski on the draw across from Jacobs. Niski protects, leaves it to Nima. Out to Guido it comes. Hard shot, or rather Harrison good from the right point. Let's go to Bill.
16 on the goal.
The goal's going to go to Christopher Brunner Grande, the assist to Matt Jacobs. So a net front redirect from Brunner Grande will make it his first of the season as we pass the 2-minute mark of this first period. And the Syracuse Orange out to an early 1-0 lead, and an icing against Delaware will pin them back in their zone. Face-off will come to the left of Chris Ponticello. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Here to get things going on this Friday evening. Prestamo and Niski to take the draw. Puck ends up in the far corner as Niski was able to get a stick on it. DeFerris tries to chase it down, but Prestamo presses on. Puck trapped at the kick plate in the far corner. Prestamo trying to weave through traffic, worked it into the right dot where Petero and Hayward tried to fire a shot in from close range, but it was blocked down quickly by Ponticello and played out of the Delaware zone, but only for a brief moment. Another icing brings the face-off back into the Delaware end. Kevin Felice across from Prestamo. Felice flips the puck to Good, chipped away from the reach of Petero and Hayward. Now it's carried out by Felice, popped up in the air off the stick of Dylan Wheeler as far as the Syracuse blue line, and played from there into the Delaware bench. Puck out of play. Gives us a center ice face-off with 17:17 to go here in period number 1. Felice and Pat Major to contest this draw. Major wins it for the Syracuse Orange, played back to Ford Hatchett. Now up the right side it goes to Major. Shot from mid-slot. Stick checked up into the protective netting behind Delaware netminder Chris Ponticello with 17:07 to go in this first period. And while the shot was deflected up into the protective netting, Syracuse was able to gain themselves an attacking zone draw. Again, Major and Felice meet at the near circle. Major plays the puck to the near half wall. Connor Preston is unable to work through pressure from Jay Luce. Battle for the puck to his side develops at the near mid boards. Luce chases down the puck below the cage, absorbs a shoulder check from Zach Gordon. Lost control of it there, but it's taken on by Felice for the Delaware side. He clears the zone, but gives it away over the center. Logan Mackenzie Murphy. Long shot batted down by Ponticello to the near wall, and it's brought out again by Jay Luce. He'll carry it up the right dots into Syracuse territory. Drop pass to Mike Redgate, and his shot is stick checked up into the protective netting behind the Syracuse goal, with 3.5 minutes having gone by here in the first period. Syracuse with a 1-0 lead and some fresh legs on for both sides. That'll be the first we see of Delaware's fourth line for the ensuing attacking zone face-off. Gavin Hulser to take the draw across from Matt Jacobs for the Syracuse side. And another puck in the netting as a result of a stick check shot. Gives us a brief break in the action just a few seconds later. Hulser again at the near circle, across from Matt Jacobs. Puck controlled by Austin Ricker of Syracuse, played behind his own goal. Hulser crosses to the far corner, tries to work it in deeper. Instead plays it around to the near side, where it was nearly handled by Colin Morrow, but taken away from him by Jenny. We've got another puck out of play off a Syracuse stick, and as such, another attacking zone face-off for Delaware, with 3 minutes 55 seconds having gone by in this first period. And the Orange with a 1-0 lead over Delaware. Prestamo in for the face-off for Syracuse. Delaware gets last change, and Docking keeps the play moving, but the shot from the left point, and Cam Pierkowski was blocked down, and the puck walked up the right side by Ford Hatchett for Syracuse. Gives the Orange attacking zone position once again. Hatchett again, right point, got the puck back from Dylan Wheeler. And another puck out of play with 15:46 to go in this opening period. Gives us a brief break in the action. Attacking zone position maintained by Syracuse. The Daly line coming on. Ryan Daly flanked by Thomas Flynn and John Cajola. So that's the second combination for the Syracuse side, but Jackson Nee was able to backhand the puck from his own blue line the other direction. Another icing against Delaware. We're only 4.5 minutes in, and there's been really no flow to this game at all. Territorial advantage has been largely that of Syracuse. They've made the most of their opportunities to this point. Another face-off to Ponticello's right. Delaware controls this one. Docking was able to win the draw. Harrison Chuma couldn't walk it past the dots in his own end. Kept in by Murphy at the left point. It caught a Delaware's skate and caroms to the far half wall. Kai Miller dumps the puck in deep from the far half wall, and it's cleared out now by Chuma. Tries to work it ahead to Nee, but there's traffic on I-81 up the right side that Delaware couldn't quite negotiate. So back it comes to the Blue Hens end. Advanced by Jack Zimmer up the far boards, chipped on from center, in behind the Syracuse net, in behind the Syracuse net, I should say. A dump and chase for Delaware gives them a line change, and returning the favor, Ryan Daly does the same thing for the Orange, getting up to center along the near side, lofting the puck into the atmosphere deep into Delaware territory, and fresh legs on now. Here's Connor Preston, working up the middle for Delaware, stonewalled at the blue line. Mike Niski brings it the other way, taken away from him. Recovered by DeFerris for Delaware at center. Across to Harrison Good. One skate over that red line. He flips the puck deep into Syracuse territory. It caroms to the near corner, and Connor Preston tries to walk it out of the Orange end. Jake Neiman counters, takes a shove from Ford Hatchett, goes careening to the surface of the ice. Harrison Good protects the left point for Delaware. Syracuse could not clear. Nima back on his feet. Hassled at the near corner, tried to work it back to DeFerris, but he lost the zone. So Jake DeFerris back to his own blue line. Leaves it to Harrison Good. Hens under a strong Syracuse forecheck, struggling to get the momentum going. Now Niski bats it back over the Syracuse blue line. Drop pass nowhere near Chris Mazzella. It was easily intercepted by Hatchett, played off the glass, but the outlet pass intended for Matt Jacobs up the near side was broken up by DeFerris. 2-on-1 now, a 3-on-2. Mazzella kicks it back to the left point, where waiting is Colin Emmerich. He dumps the puck in, line change for the Delaware Blue Hens with 6.5 minutes gone in the first period of a 1-0 game. Syracuse with the advantage, and there you see it in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Again, some early technical difficulties here on tonight's broadcast. We appreciate your patience and for bearing with us as we get things settled after what's been a little bit of a crazy week here in the first state. 13:10 to go in the first period. Delaware Hockey Night brought to you by the DHN Media Group, offering services to your small business to include writing and editing, social media consultation, web design, graphic design, multimedia presentation, and more. Visit dhnmediagroup.com to learn about all the possibilities. Harrison Chuma working the right point, flips the puck into Redgate at the near corner. To Felice offering puck support. Trying to manage them both was Lucas Prestamo, keeping that corner tied up. Chuma with a cannon from the right point into a congested slot. That puck batted away to the near wall where Prestamo, reaching with his backhand, was able to clear it on. Ahead to Hayward, batted down by Chuma, just inside the Delaware blue line. And we've got a hand pass in the Delaware zone and some extracurriculars between Hayward and Emmerich right in front of the Delaware bench. 12.5 minutes to go in the first period. The lone goal of the game belongs to Syracuse's Christopher Brunner-Grande. The net front redirect of that laser from Matt Jacobs from the left point at 1:06. The Orange will look to pad this lead with an attacking zone faceoff. Puck is kicked back to the right point, thrown in by a Hatchet. His long-range wrist shot was wide of the cage, corralled in the near corner by Brian Ostrander for Delaware. No icing, says linesman Sean Hoppy, and Ostrander is able to break up a potential outlet pass from Hatchet, originating from behind the Syracuse goal. Hulser working the far boards. Double team, throws it into Ostrander, but he's sandwiched by a pair of Orange in the mid-slot. Puck taken away by Austin Ricker, who steamrolls his way back into the Delaware end. Advance to Jacobs in the corner, taken away now by Devin Jenny. Centered at the Hens blue line to Hulser, walked into a 1-on-2. He's able to let a shot go from 30 feet away. It's caught and held onto by Eric Parker, who's seen a pretty light first 8 minutes and change here at Fred Rust Arena. And his glove save brings a stoppage in the action, and the face-off to his right. Kicked back by Docking to Luce. Luce tries to negotiate traffic, popped the stick right out of the hands of Pat Major trying to walk through. 2-on-2 battle for the puck develops in the far corner, overskated by Zach Gordon. He's held in by Docking. Pierkowski reaches in to try to extract the puck. He does. Fanning on at the top of the left circle was Guido. Back through the neutral zone it comes. We'll have our first penalty of the game. So says Rich Jondo. Interference called. And it will be against Delaware's Cam Pierkowski at officially 8 minutes and 38 seconds here in the first period. The face-off comes to the right of Chris Ponticello. Major wins the draw, leaves the puck back to Jacobs at the left point. Jacobs walks the blue line, flips the puck to Hatchet. Into the near corner, back it comes to Hatchet, off the stick of Gordon. Works around to the far half wall, there's Peter Owen Hayward. Cross ice pass, top of the left circle to Hatchet. Kick back center point, thrown in by Jacobs, blocked away by Ponticello, and winding up to clear. Colin Emmerich swats the puck the length of the ice. He was on to start the penalty kill, along with DeFerris, Good, and the forechecking Nima. Now Hulser takes the place of Emmerich, and here come the Orange once again as we near the midway point of the first period. Attacking zone position established. Major at the left point, works the puck in again to Hatchet. Back to Major it comes, center point Jacobs. To Hatchet again, worked in down low. Mishandled by Hayward. He gets his own rebound though. Ricochets it off the far boards in front of the Delaware bench. Across it comes to Hatchet. Shot from the top of the left circle. Out of the sight of referee Rich Jondo, and that will bring play to a stop. Looked like Ponticello had frozen it momentarily. And with the whistle, we get a break in the action with 10 and change to go. Here in period number one, Syracuse with a 1-0 lead and 56 seconds left with the man advantage to try to pad it further. A reminder that the University of Delaware women's team is in action tonight and will pick up the back end of their game against Westchester on Delaware Hockey Night Radio a little bit later. Jack Zimmer from the top of the left circle let one rip from there after gaining the Syracuse zone, but his shot cleared the crossbar, rang the boards behind netminder Eric Parker, and back in come the Orange with 30 seconds left on the man advantage from the Pierkowski penalty. Working the right point is Matt Jacobs stepping up. Hulser challenges him. Pokes the puck away, but Prestamo protects that far point and the zone for Syracuse. Back it comes up high to Jacobs. Cross ice pass, Murphy thrown in from center point. Puck is swatted away aggressively by the stay-at-home defenseman Harrison Chuma. Now he chases down Brunner Grande, who lost his footing below the Delaware goal. Keeping it in for Syracuse. Prestamo tried to walk into a good shot lane, couldn't do so, and the puck is poke-checked out of the reach of Matt Jacobs by Gavin Holzer, but the penalty expired seconds before, so it's an icing. No, it isn't. It's not an icing. The puck was frozen by Eric Parker, and Delaware gets themselves an attacking zone draw with 9:15 to go here in period number 1, but they're still down 1-0 to the Syracuse Orange off that early goal from Brunner Grande. Orange have to tag up, they do, as Ford Hatchett at center rifles the puck in to the far corner of the Delaware end. Possession ceded. The Orange couldn't quite chase it down. Loose leaves it to Mike Patterson behind his own goal. Brought up the left side. He flips it into the atmosphere over both blue lines. And this will be another icing against Delaware this time with 8:45 to go in period number 1. And fresh legs on, at least for the Delaware side. The Nema line comes on. Same D pair staying out for Delaware. Nema, Niski, and Mazzella. And the big guns stay on for Syracuse. Actually, no, not a new line for Delaware. I misspoke. My, has it been a week. I apologize. It was a new line for Syracuse, who brought Prestamo, Hayward, and Wheeler back in. They couldn't capitalize, and their re-entry to the Delaware end is called back due to an off. No, it isn't. Maybe I should give up. 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. Back to basics. Lucas Prestamo will do better in the second period, promise. Prestamo punches the puck past Nema, but Good is able to recover for Delaware behind his own goal. He plays it around to the far half wall where Niski ties it up, but it's extracted by Peter Owen Hayward. Shot from 12 feet out at the right side. Blocked away by Ponticello, and now carried on by Niski through neutral ice. Headman pass up the middle to DeFerris, crashing the net, who was hauled down right on the doorstep. And Delaware will go to the power play with 8 minutes to go in the first period. Peter Owen Hayward, co-leading scorer. I think it was a trip that sent him off. With 8:03 to go in this first period. The Delaware power play will consist of DeFerris, Niski, Emmerich, Mazzella, and Zimmer. DeFerris works the right point into Niski, stepping up to the right dot. Wrist shot was well off its line. Rebound kept in by Zimmer at the left point. It's officially a hook on Hayward. DeFerris chips the puck out of the reach of Ford Hatchett, but that 6'4", 215 defender was able to keep the shorthanded momentum going. Backdoor pass to Colin Morrow. His shot from point-blank range right into the pads of Delaware goalie Chris Ponticello. Here's a 2-on-2 back into the Delaware end, led by Hayward. There must be 27 Kai Miller in the box for Syracuse, even though the scoreboard here says 17. So here's Harrison Chuma working up the left side back into the Syracuse end. Flips the puck lazily to Docking in the far corner. Back it comes to Chuma, across to Devin Jenny. Up high, Chuma looks slapper. Instead played it to Redgate at the top of the left circle, looking for a shot lane. He works it into Ostrander, crashing the net. Docking can't get the puck down, or can't get the stick down on the puck. It is instead covered up and held on to by Eric Parker with 6 minutes 32 seconds to go in the first period, and fresh legs coming on for both sides with half a minute left on this Delaware power play on the Kai Miller hooking penalty at round about the 8-minute mark. Good puck movement up the left side. Chuma center point. Hard shot into a congested slot. Batted down and swatted from inside the Syracuse blue line deep into Delaware territory. Ponticello out of the crease. Tries to get the momentum going from left to right again. Here's Redgate. Angled outside the left dot through the neutral zone by Jacobs. He resets. Drop pass to Jay Luce at the left point. Down to the final seconds of the Miller penalty, which has expired. There is no icing on the clear. 5:56 to go in this opening frame. Hens looking to get one back, but their entry up the right boards, carried on by Docking from Jay Luce, was broken up at the orange blue line. Here's Jackson Nee. Up the right wing boards again for Delaware. Hard shot from the top of the right circle. Gathered in and held on to by Eric Parker. The shot's getting a little bit more frequent from the Delaware side with 5:34 to go in this first period. Still no score for Delaware, but an attacking zone face-off coming up. Dom Guido in to take it, joined by Jackson Nee and Cam Pierkowski, Patterson and Luce. Holding court at the blue line. Mismatch in the face-off circle. Favors Syracuse, though, as Prestamo steps up to take the draw at the near circle. Loose puck off the face-off. Hayward and Pierkowski got tied up. Hayward lost his stick. It's back in the near corner. Delaware is offside as Jackson Nee mishandled the centering pass just above the Syracuse blue line. That gives time for Hatchett to get the momentum going, but his breakout pass was blocked down by a Delaware skate, and Pierkowski rifles the puck in to the Syracuse end, but out of play with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first period of action. Off the Delaware stick, this face-off comes to center ice, being a last play face-off. The center dot was gained. The offside dots were not. So Delaware has to regress after firing the puck out of play. And regress they do to the center dot. And now on further. This play only resumed for just a couple seconds. Draw just above the Delaware line. Won by the Hens. Kicked back to Luce in his own zone. Bobbled by him on the way back near side from Patterson. Advance now by Nee. Drop pass to the top of the right circle. Luce gets hauled down by the hip of Pat Major. Here's a 2-on-2 for Syracuse. Hard shot from Zach Gordon at the top of the right circle. Turned aside by Ponticello. Rebound controlled by Dom Guido. Puck lofted through the rafters by Jay Luce. Back into neutral territory. It's batted back the other direction. Patterson absorbs a lazy check in front of his own bench, but he's able to work the puck deep into Syracuse end. 4:21 to go in the opening period. Strong forecheck from Colin Emmerich, but he gets tied up by Miller in the far corner. Puck is trapped right in front of the Grotto Pizza sign along those corner boards, and Zach Gordon is able to work the puck free. Race on the Delaware goal line. Puck stops short to Ferris, plays it 10 feet below the goal, or above the goal line rather. There is no icing. There probably wasn't any because DeFerris was even in that foot race. Puck kept out of the Syracuse zone to the backhand of Brunner Grande. Recovered by DeFerris. He rifles it in off the glass from over the center blue hen logo. Rebound handled by Ford Hatchett. Advanced up the near boards to Colin Morrow. In heavy neutral zone pressure near side, he swats it into the far corner of the Delaware end. We're down to the last 3.5 minutes of the first period. Lone goal of the game belongs to Syracuse. At the 66-second mark, it came from Christopher Brunner Grande. A net front redirect from a Matt Jacobs shot if you are just joining us. 2-on-2 for Syracuse. Hard shot, Peter Owen Hayward from 50 feet away. off the glass behind Ponticello. Puck rebounds back into the neutral zone where it's corralled by Wheeler. Left at his own blue line and then some for Murphy. Long pass up the near wall to Prestamo. Hard shot batted down by the glove of Ponticello. Rebound opportunity. Hayward turning, tried to get a shot on. The save was made by Ponticello. And the puck covered up as bodies come crashing around from everywhere around him. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in this first period. Face off above. The Delaware blue line. And here comes Nima the other direction. Nima stopping the far corner. Back to the point it goes. Puck thrown in by Jack Zimmer. A scrum net front. Where's the puck? Right in front. Mazzella couldn't bat one through with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Puck muscled out of the Syracuse zone. Delayed penalty. It will be against Delaware. And tempers are starting to flare a little bit with 2:20 to go in this first period. And Delaware is heading back to the penalty box. The guilty party, Harrison Chuma. At the 17:40 mark of the first period. Looked like interference from here.
Delaware penalty number 6. Harrison Chuma, 2 minutes for holding. Time penalty 17:40. That's number 6, Chuma, 2 for holding at 17:40.
But hooking is the official call from Owendone. Hens started their penalty kill with a clear, nearly a second one from DeFerris, but Pat Major walks the puck back into the Delaware end. Drop pass to Ford Hatchett at the top of the right circle. Back into Major, played around behind the cage, where Harrison Good reaches to try to take it out of the reach of Gordon. Gordon instead works it to Jacobs, center or left point, now to Hatchett. Flip to his right, and Hayward looking for a shot lane 35 feet away. His chance was batted down. Pat Major couldn't backhand the rebound in. He's pressed to the far corner by DeFerris. Puck is extracted from the pack there. Played around the near corner by Harrison Good, but kept in by Jacobs at the near point. Now to Major again below the goal. Up to the right half wall and Gordon. Back to Major. Challenging him was DeFerris. He winds up, he clears. 75 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. Advantage Orange. Puck played out of the Syracuse zone. Issues with the in-arena music, and it's not coming from up here. Puck again cleared. Recovered by Murphy behind his own goal. 20 seconds left in this first period of play. And Zimmer's entry up the right wing boards is called back offside as Gavin Hulser was inside the zone at the time that Zimmer brought the puck back in. 18 seconds left on the Chuma penalty. 38.2 seconds left in the first period. Niski and Prestamo over the face-off circle. Niski's on with Zimmer, Mazzella, and Patterson. Mackenzie Murphy advances the puck to Preston. Preston absorbs a check at his own blue line. Niski walks it back the other way, looking for a shot lane. He lets one go. No, it's off the crossbar. Niski nearly tied it up, but he found nothing but iron behind Eric Parker. 13 seconds to go in this first period. Hens back full strength. Niski tried to connect with Mazzella at the right dot. Failed to do so. And with 6 seconds left in the period, and Connor Preston losing his helmet after absorbing a check. We've got another face-off just above Syracuse blue line. Nema and Jacobs. Just above the Syracuse stripe. Jacobs bats the puck ahead to Colin Morrow. And he's kept to the near boards as the first period comes to its conclusion. 20 minutes in the books. It's Syracuse 1, Delaware 0. This is Delaware Hockey Night. We'll be back with more after the first intermission. Welcome back into Fred Rust Arena. 20 minutes in the books. And the Syracuse Orange hold a 1-0 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. James Witherite joining you from Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware for the first half of this weekend's ACHA Division I Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League Series. Blue Hens and Orange meeting for the first of 4 times this season. In the first period, the Syracuse Orange were able to jump out to an early advantage just 66 seconds in. Christopher Brunner-Grande with a net front tip of a Matt Jacobs shot from the left point past Chris Ponticello. One that put Syracuse on the board. Both teams from there traded a couple power play opportunities. However, the Delaware Blue Hens 0-1 with the man advantage, unable to get past Syracuse. That being said, Syracuse failed to convert on either of their man advantage opportunities either. Teams change ends for the second period, long change in effect, so Delaware will be going from right to left. Syracuse moving from left to right as we start the second period. Gavin Hulser to take the opening draw for Delaware, and across from him it will be Matt Jacobs of Syracuse. We're ready to roll in the second period, and off we go. Delaware presses the puck forward off the opening draw. It is played out by Hatchett the length of the ice. Puck steadied and held on to by Chris Ponticello. It made a beeline right for the net. Ponticello drops the paddle, covers up the puck. We're 10 seconds in to this second period. And just like that, Syracuse able to gain an attacking zone faceoff. Hulser and Jacobs over the dot. Jacobs leaves it back to the right point, and Kai Miller now into Morrow, thrown into a congested slot from the right half wall. Puck is chipped away by Jack Zimmer to the near side. Devin Jenny tries to clear the zone. He does. Hulser can't steamroll through at the near wall. Past center red. Kai Miller held him up there. Now losing his footing for the Delaware side, Jack Zimmer was able to press on past center and work the puck deep into the Syracuse end. Zimmer back over the center logo, tries to chip it the other direction, but the Orange are able to gain attacking position. Brunner-Grande swats the puck off the far boards at Karam's below the cage. Jacobs leaves it up high. Shot in from Hatchett, turned aside by Ponticello. Everybody in the building lost sight of it there for a moment. It was back behind referee Owen Doan in the far corner, and now recovered by Jack Zimmer. He gets past center, flips the puck up into the air. It rolls into the crease of Eric Parker, turned to his left side, and now carried on by Hatchett as far as the top of the near circle. He tries to stretch the puck out. Play whistle dead. 1 minute and 21 seconds in to this second frame. The face-off location yet to be determined. I believe it was an offside development which began in the neutral zone, but before center. So as a result, it's treated like an offside pass, and the face-off occurred just above the Syracuse blue line. Puck taken away from Wheeler by Nima, worked by Mazzella to the far boards. It comes back into Delaware territory where Hayward advances it. He tries to deke net front, lost to the shot line. Instead, backdoors it out to Lucas Prestamo coming into the right dot. His shot was wide of the right post by a good 6 inches. Jake DeFerris recovers a loose puck, headman up the middle to Niski. Niski can't split defenders, lost control of the puck. It was stick checked away from him. It rolled into the crease of Parker, who covers up with 1 minute and 54 seconds having gone by here in the second period of action. New legs on for Syracuse. The big guns stay out for Delaware. They gained the zone. Nima, Mazzella, Niski, DeFerris, and Good hold down the back end. Ruled out of the circle from the Syracuse side was Pat Major. Preston takes his place and wins the draw. Mackenzie Murphy rifles the puck up the left wing boards. It was tipped on its way through by a Delaware player, so there's no icing. DeFerris chases it down to Mazzella on to Niski. Here's a one-on-one. Niski up the middle. Puck poke checked away from him by Mackenzie Murphy in the high slot, and Murphy recovers the puck in the far corner of his own zone. Cross-ice pass misses the stick of Zach Gordon, and this will be an icing. With 17:40 to go in the second period of play. Hens back on the attack with the second line keeping it going. Kevin Felice in for this face-off at the right circle. Again, dumps the puck in behind past Pat Major, but Murphy is able to work it around to the near boards. Protecting the left point was Patterson. Felice offers support there. Played across the blue line. It was chipped over the stick of Jay Luce, recovered by Felice at his own blue line. Here he comes, surrounded from all sides by Syracuse Orange players, and he was stood up at the orange-blue line. This another icing against Syracuse with 17:14 to go in the second period. Another attacking zone draw for the Hens. Still absolutely no flow. It's been a stop and go kind of night. Emmerich and Major at the far dot. Scrum over the dot developing. Felice can't chase the puck down. Emmerich's there to play it. Emmerich gets it back from Felice. Now to Mike Patterson at the left point. Looks slapper up to challenge him. Was Major. He took the puck away. No, that wasn't Major. That was Zach Gordon challenging at the near wall. Jay Luce recovers for Delaware, carries the puck back into neutral territory. He gets over center along the near boards, plays the carom shot in behind to Emmerich at the far corner. Circling behind the net, Kevin Felice couldn't keep his momentum going. His stick was lifted by that of Matt Jacobs. Battle for it develops at the near corner. Swatted on by Murphy. Back up to the half wall this side. Puck is trapped. Jacobs can't extract it for Syracuse. Felice flips it to Redgate at the near half wall. Cross-ice pass rings off the boards in front of the Delaware bench. Schuma plays it on down low. Pierkowski double team there. Loses control of the biscuit to Jacobs. Jacobs can't walk through traffic as Pierkowski crosses over. Gets a little help from Dom Guido, who just behind the Syracuse goal leveled Kai Miller. He's slow to get up. Delayed penalty against Delaware, and it's going to go against Dominic Guido for boarding or interference or some such. That was a violent check in behind. Rich Jondo and Owen Doan discussing the particulars. And it's going to be roughing against Guido at the 3:59 mark. And the Hens are back on the PK. Good news for Delaware. They were successful the first two times in killing off penalties. The bad news, they're still down 1-0. Jacobs center point, a rifle right into the glove of Ponticello. He hangs on to force a stoppage, 12 seconds off the penalty clock. Jacobs is flanked by Hayward and Hatchett up high. In to take the draw at the left circle is Pat Major, and the fifth one on the power play is Zach Gordon. Major and Jenny to take this face-off. Pulser waved out of the circle. It's won by Pat Major. Jacobs at the left point, cross-ice pass. Hayward at the right dot. Fanned on the puck there, got it back at the half wall. Flips it across again to Jacobs, working the left point. Now center to Hatchett. Back to Jacobs. The far corner now. Pulser steps up, puts the pressure on at the left point where the puck is let loose by Ford Hatchett, but his shot was wide. Rebound contested at the near wall. Devin Jenny forces Hayward back into neutral ice. Puck stolen by Chuma, recovered by Hulser. He chips it past Gordon, ricocheting it off the far boards, gets as far as the Syracuse blue line. Dump and chase gives Delaware time to change. Halfway through the Guido penalty, 5 minutes have elapsed in the second period. It's a 1-0 game, advantage Syracuse Orange. Zach Gordon couldn't work past mid-zone before absorbing a docking check. Maintained the puck though, but was unable to play it back to Jacobs at the point. The Orange lost control of the zone, had to regroup. The re-entry failed as the outlet pass to Prestamo bounced off his stick, was taken away by Zimmer, and fired back the length of the ice, at least beyond the Syracuse blue line. So the Orange have to negotiate the neutral zone again, and a shot from Connor Preston at the top of the left circle is deflected off a Delaware stick into the netting behind the Blue Hens cage. With 14:28 to go here in this second period. 27 seconds left on the third Syracuse power play of the night. Docking and Prestamo in the face-off circle. Face-off violation from Prestamo waves him out, so Connor Preston in to take it. Brunner Grande up front along with the aforementioned pair to close out this power play, with Hatchett and McKenzie holding down the blue line. Preston leaves it back to Hatchett at the near corner, at the near point, I should say. Into Brunner Grande. Ricochets it off the near half wall, back to Hatchett, across to Murphy. Played back cross ice off the near boards. Brunner Grande mishandled the puck to Ferris, took it away. We've hit the 6-minute mark of the first period, and Delaware is back to full strength as Nima joins the 4 penalty killers. From the outside of the right circle, a hard shot from Connor Preston is bobbled initially by Chris Ponticello, but he makes the catch with 6:07 elapsed in the period and hangs on to force a stoppage in the action. Fresh legs on for both sides, at least in part for Delaware, as Nima is joined by Mazzella and Niski. DeFerris and Good holding down the back end again, and they're still kept deep in their zone by this relentless Syracuse side. Winning the face-off with the near circle, Jacobs kicked it back to Brunner Grande. Morrow's on with them too. Battle for the puck off the long shot, deflected to the far corner. Good, hassled by Jacobs, lays the hip in. Jacobs tries to chase down the puck in the near corner. Good was able to gather his steps back and regain control of the puck. Good, hassled yet by Colin Morrow. Leaves it now to Mazzella, played behind the cage to DeFerris. Stretch pass up the middle, Jake Nima trying to dipsy-doodle past Austin Ricker over the center logo. But Brunner Grande hustled over to flip the puck off his backhand from center ice back deep into Delaware territory. A few new legs on for the Orange, and here up the right side comes Mike Niski with that superior speed of his. Couldn't find his shot lane though. Plays the puck onto the far corner where waiting was Mazzella. Taken away from Patterson by Ryan Daly. Here's a 2-on-1. Daly shot from 15 feet away over the crossbar behind Chris Ponticello. Niski in a 2-on-2 the other direction. Drop past Chris Mazzella from the top of the left circle. His shot was kicked away by the left leg pad of Eric Parker, and back to the Delaware blue line. The Hens are forced to recover. Patterson to Jay Luce. Luce lets one go up the far side, level with the dots. No icing here. It's batted down and played on by Mackenzie Murphy. For the Syracuse Orange, who with 7.5 minutes elapsed in this second period, maintain a 1-0 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. Redgate back into attacking position. Got some help ahead from Colin Emmerich at the corner. Karam shot played to the far side. It was kept in by Luce, taken away, and now cleared out over the boards, out of play by the Syracuse Orange with 12:12 to go in the second period. And a little bit of time to breathe. As both sides replace their manpower. Mismatch in the circle, Felice and Prestamo. Felice does win the draw, centering pass, Redgate crashing the net. No dice as Eric Parker tracks the puck the whole way and makes the save. A perfectly timed set play by Delaware. But just Eric Parker with the reaction time to keep it null and void. Thrown in again, this time by by Redgate from the right corner. Emmerich was the one net front. Now Emmerich back to Chuma. From the right point, a one-hop into the left of the cage. Rebound chance by Jack Zimmer. Batted down by the paddle of Parker. Rebound contested below the Syracuse goal. It'll be brought out by Ryan Dowd up the left side. He absorbs a check. Emmerich is able to chase the puck down before it exits the zone by a good 15 feet. Now it's lofted up through the rafters by Prestamo as far as the Delaware blue line, 2-on-2. Puck covered up by Ponticello. A collision in front of the net. Puck is cleared and play is stopped. That one, I think, went out of play with 11:22 to go here in the second period of action. And off a Delaware stick, it comes back in their zone. The Hulser line on now. Major takes the draw. Flips the puck to Peter Owen Hayward, rather to Kai Miller. In the high slot. Shot was blocked as soon as he got rid of it. Devin Jenny chips the puck from over the center logo. Back deep into Syracuse territory. Mackenzie Murphy lost his stick. Jenny tries to extract it. Murphy trapped it along the kick plate with his skate. Kept in by Hulser at the left point. He wrists one in off his backhand. It comes back to DeFerris. He, unfortunately for the Delaware Blue Hens and trying to generate some momentum, played the puck into the netting just over the glass and out of play. So the Hens lose the zone as a result of the illegal clear. Syracuse gets what amounts to a free line change. Matt Jacobs in for the draw across from Hulser. No icing as Syracuse works end to end. Winning the foot race back to the Delaware goal line was Matt Jacobs. Taken away by Good. He could not clear. Ricker protected the left point. Follow-up shot was wide by a country mile. Hulser didn't think he was offside coming back through. But Sean Hoppy and Casey Robinson certainly did. So another neutral zone draw right above the Syracuse blue line with 10.5 minutes to go. It's been a scoreless second period. Really no real flow to this middle period. The Hens again with control of the puck in the neutral zone. Mikey Patterson plays a cross-ice pass which evades Mazzella. Patterson gets it back after Austin Ricker returned the volley from the Syracuse end. Ricker gains a rolling puck behind his own goal. It was played in by Niski for the Delaware side. Thrown up through the middle off the stick of Matt Jacobs, covered up by Ponticello with 10:02 to go here in the second period of play. Fresh legs on for both sides. And a reminder that coming up later tonight, the Delaware women take on Westchester. That game will begin in mere moments. We'll pick it up in progress on Delaware Hockey Night Radio, DEHockeyNight.com, where you can listen. And then tomorrow, the rematch between the Delaware Men's Division I team and Syracuse will hit the airwaves at 5:15. Of course, all that at DEHockeyNight.com. And that's where you need to go for more information for the full streaming schedule for news and notes and everything else that comes with it. The Hens were able to escape their own zone. Shot from Mazzella at the right dot after territory was regained. Was caught and held on to by Eric Parker, and he forces a break in the action with 9.5 minutes to go here in the second period of play in the first state. Face off to Parker's left. Niski takes this one across from Pat Major. Mazzella from the high slot couldn't get a quality shot off. And Zach Gordon presses play into the neutral zone. Gordon absorbs a check from Luce. He's separated from the puck, but it ends up at the Delaware blue line. Nima hustles back into his own zone to work it to Patterson. He's stick checked on his way through up the left side. Feeds Taniski on to Mazzella, accelerating through neutral territory. Hens are back on the offensive. Mike Niski hassled at the near corner. Leaves it back to Patterson at the point. Thrown in from there. Battle for the puck, trailing over to the far corner. And both tumbling to the ice were Hatchett and Mazzella, trying to reach the puck before the other. They collided. They fell. And Niski recovers for Delaware behind his own goal. He steadies with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second period of a 1-0 game. Advantage, the Orange of Syracuse. Patterson to Knee through the neutral zone. Knee into Docking. Niski tried to post up net front. Couldn't gain position. He was boxed out by a Hatchet. Knee's boxed out by a Hatchet too and forced to the far corner. Docking hassled. Puck taken away from him. He gets it back though. Docking sets up to Ferris. One-timer from the left dot. Was off its line. Off the backboards it comes. To the far wall where Good throws it back in, trying to dodge a check from Syracuse's Connor Preston. Docking worked well to protect the left point. He carries the puck in behind the cage, where he runs into Ryan Dowd, lost control of it, and it's lofted by Thomas Flynn. The length of the ice along the near boards. Vincent Barone with the forechecking pressure on Good. Back to the Ferris near side. Pierkowski shovels it on ahead to Docking, who gets over center. Stops just shy of the blue line, lofts the puck in behind the Syracuse goal line. Line change for Delaware with 7.5 minutes and a little bit beyond that to go in the second period. Lazy shot from Jacobs just now for Syracuse after gaining the right dot into the pads of Ponticello. Jacobs was able to get his own rebound, throws the puck net front off the backhand of Mackenzie Murphy. That one goes wide. Rebound contested near side, batted by Emmerich ahead to Kevin Felice. Felice up the middle. Works back into Syracuse territory. Look to backhand it from the left dot, but it's poke checked away by Mackenzie Murphy, recovered by Brunner Grande. Confusion in the neutral zone. Murphy's able to work his way through. Hasty shot from the left point. Bounces wide of the Delaware net to the near wall. Recovered by Zimmer. Played on by Emmerich to Mike Redgate. Taken away at the Syracuse blue line by Peter Owen Hayward. He's got 3 goals on the season so far. He's looking for his 4th as he circles back. Wraparound backhander was mistimed by about 1/10 of a second. He was a little bit early on the release, found the back end of the cage. Here's a breakaway for Delaware. Mike Redgate hustling in. He is slashed on the way in, but he gets the job done anyway. Mike Redgate and a couple others. Catch Syracuse out of sync. And Redgate's second of the season ties it up. It's 1-1. Headman pass up the middle makes it a 3-on-0. And Ford Hatchett's going to get the gate to the penalty box. Redgate with the breakaway from the blue line. It was headmanned up the middle in what was a 3-on-0. Slashed on the way in by Hatchett. And in the ACHA rulebook, that goes up. Matthew Zarb is going to take a seat too. So Bill Williams is going to have to clue us in on everything going on here. Zarb comes back out. What we can tell you is it's 5-on-4. Delaware's on the power play. Referee Owen Doan explaining the situation to Delaware coach Todd Mittelmeyer. Rich John Doe did the same for Syracuse coach Connor Tracy. So Delaware gets the breakaway goal. Skip Redgate with his second of the year. And they get a power play out of it too. Wouldn't be the case in the USA Hockey rulebook, but here in the ACHA, which plays under the NCAA book, that indeed is the situation. Bill Williams will chime in as soon as he's ready. Here's Jake DeFerris working through neutral territory. He gains the Syracuse line up the near wall. He stops at the corner, flips it back to Mazzella. Now to Zimmer, center point, back to Mazzella. DeFerris crosses over to the far corner. Meanwhile, Niski and Mazzella play keep away along the near boards. Back to Zimmer. Across, bobbled by Niski in the corner. Reaching for it, Emmerich is able to protect for Delaware under duress from Jacobs. Mazzella one-timer. Couldn't get through from the top of the left circle. Gets his own rebound. Back to Zimmer. Mazzella, hard shot from 35 feet into the glove hand of Eric Parker. And he holds on with 5:28 to go in the second period. And Delaware has tied this one up. So 47 seconds have gone by in this power play for Delaware. Niski's unit staying on. And Niski wins the near circle faceoff. Mazzella flips it to Zimmer at the left point. Back to Mazzella it comes.
Number 6, Ford Hatchet, 2 minutes for slashing. And number 17, Hero, 10 minutes timeout. Those penalties come at 14:45. Delaware goal, score number 21, Michael Redgate. The assist number 12, Colin Emmerich, number 5, Harrison Good. Time to go, 14:45. 21 to go, 12 final assist at 13:45.
So it was Skip Redgate from Colin Emmerich and Harrison Good on the game-tying goal at 13:45. Just a 3-on-0 that caught Syracuse unawares. 23 seconds left on the Hatchet penalty. Zimmer to DeFerris. Center point. Flip to the far corner. There's Niski. He accelerates. Good work on the outside edges at the top of the circle to keep his momentum going. Trying to shovel one in. DeFerris couldn't do so on the doorstep. Scrum in front of the net. Where's the puck? It ends up behind. Handled there by Zach Gordon. He's surrounded by a pair of blue hens. Puck is trapped now. Penalty has expired. Down to the final 4:09 here in the first period, or the second period rather. We're 1-1 again. Hard shot, Pierkowski from the top of the right circle. Comes right back to him off the pads of Parker. Puck rolls in behind the Syracuse goal to the near corner. Jack Zimmer steps up to try to play it on. Delaware was able to prolong their momentum after Syracuse went full strength for probably a good 30 or 40 seconds. But now the Orange work their way back into neutral ice. With a man offside, Syracuse, as Lucas Prestamo couldn't keep his momentum going. Harrison Good took the puck away, rifled a hard shot from 70 feet in. It looked like it glanced off the waffle board of Eric Parker to the near corner. Another battle for the puck develops there. Harrison Good could not protect the left point. He's on his horse to chase it down with 200 seconds to go here in the middle period of play. Chuma in the far corner. Flips the puck about waist high along the far boards, back as far as the Syracuse blue line, where it's returned. And an icing against the Orange will dig them into a little bit of a deeper hole. 3:05 to go in the second. Brand new hockey game off the Skip Redgate goal. And another attacking zone face-off for Delaware was won by Docking. Mishandled by Luce nearly at the right point. Patterson couldn't keep the momentum going. He was challenged right in front of his own bench, and the puck rings off those metal bleachers beyond the bench side. It was off a Syracuse stick, so the ensuing face-off remains in Delaware territory. Swatted forward by Docking from the far dot. Clearing attempt from Hatchett failed. Loose from the high slot, threw the puck in. It's loose. Pierkowski can't get to it in time before it was covered up by Eric Parker. Saw some lumber flying up there in the atmosphere with 2:43 to go. A hotly contested exchange, to say the absolute least of it. Broken stick, that'll be good for the firewood. It's getting a little bit cold for the native Delawareans. There in parkas, here in the press box, we're still in our shirt sleeves, albeit the long ones. Brunner Grande up the middle into what was going to be a 2-on-2, but failed timing by line mate Matt Jacobs. The result, or rather the cause, of an offside. Syracuse will have to re-enter off a neutral zone faceoff. They don't do so, at least not initially. Mackenzie Murphy at the center logo was able to fire the puck up into the air, deep into the Delaware end, battle for it below their goal. Patterson, surrounded by navy blue and orange sweaters, lost the puck off his backhand to the far corner, where it's played on by Ostrander up as far as the Syracuse blue line. Recover there by Daly. He's stonewalled. Patterson takes it away, shovels the puck along the near boards, up about 15 feet into the air to the near corner. It caroms to the far side. A Hulser accelerates through, dodges a check, race for the puck as it comes back to the near side. Poked on by Murphy. He tried to get it out of the Syracuse zone, but Patterson held that near point. Now to Niski in the near, or rather, to Jenny in the near corner. Puck is knocked free. Jenny can't maintain it. Taken away from him by Pat Major. Cross ice pass wristed on in front of the Syracuse bench to Connor Preston. Ricker was caught offside. He tags up. Now the puck is rifled deep into Delaware's end, and Jake DeFerris recovers for the Blue Hens. He accelerates up the near side, turns the center point, flips it back to Jenny, gets it back, one-timer from just above the right dot into a congested slot, and now the puck is covered up by Eric Parker with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the second period of this contest. We're tied back up at 1. Delaware's Michael Redgate with that breakaway goal to even the score at the 13:45 mark of the second period. Niski over the right dot. Got tied up by the stick of Prestamo. Top centers meet. Here comes Gordon up the middle. Drop pass after gaining the zone, knocked. we most certainly appreciate your patience during the last 65 seconds of the second period and through the intermission. Our Grace Dunleavy was working behind the scenes to get everything back up and running, and thanks to her hard work, in large part, we're ready to go for the third period, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 game. Shots favored Delaware in both the first and second periods. 11-9 in that middle frame after a 14-12 first period. And we are ready to go for the third period of action here in the first stage. Delaware wins the initial draw. To get this third period going, if you're just joining us, the Blue Hens moving from left to right. In the first period, it was Skip Redgate with the breakaway goal at 13:45 to move things to a 1-1 deadlock in the second period. And Gavin Hulser recovers the puck in neutral territory. Harrison Good absorbing a hip check from Mackenzie Murphy. Plays the puck deep into the Syracuse end. It comes out to DeFerris. One-timer from the left point. Right into the glove hand of Eric Parker. And he hangs on for the stoppage. 29 seconds in to this third period. These two teams again play tomorrow. Airtime 5 o'clock for a 5:25 game. And following this one, we'll move over to the DHN radio side, where the ladies team will be joined in progress in their matchup with Westchester. That game began around about 8:15. Full streaming schedule is available at dehockeynight.com, both for DHN TV and DHN Radio alike. Puck batted up in the atmosphere off the stick of Ford Hatchett is gloved down over center, and in come the Orange. Brunner Grande absorbs a lazy check from Schuma in the near corner. Still, Syracuse able to keep the momentum going. Jacobs from 20 feet out couldn't connect from that straight-on shot line. His wrister was wide to the right post. Battle for the puck developed at the near side. It was nearly walked in by Colin Morrow. Lost his footing right on the welcome mat. Rebound controlled by Niski in the far corner. He plays the carom shot to the near side where Schuma and Hatchett converge. Ford Hatchett is able to protect the left point for Syracuse, but Delaware works out of their zone. Niski stick handles, flips the puck onto Mazzella over center, off the skate of Vinny Barone. It moves back to the Delaware blue line. Now it's shoveled off the backhand of Mikey Patterson, stepping up just shy of the Syracuse blue line into Orange territory and subsequently lofted out of play. Off the Syracuse stick, this face-off comes back into their end. And the second line is on, the Felice line. Emmerich and Redgate at his flanks. And Lucas Prestamo takes the draw for the Orange. Keep having to stop short of saying Orange men, as they were known for years and years. Jay Luce from the right point, denied by a Parker stick save. And the subsequent battle in front of the cage ended by a puck lofted up into the netting behind Eric Parker. It got pretty dicey and around the blue paint. Bodies crowding in from both sides. And a break in the action with 2 minutes and a second elapsed here in the third period of a tie game. Face-off controlled by Syracuse only momentarily as Gordon again lofts the puck over the glass just shy of his own bench. So another attacking zone draw for the Hens 5 seconds later. The left circle draw taken by Colin Emmerich, played behind the cage, but Felice was overpowered at the near half wall. Connor Preston advances through neutral ice. Emmerich gets it back at his own blue line, and he ices the puck with 17:39 to go here in this third period. It is a 1-1 game. So with the icing, the ensuing face-off moves to the left of Chris Ponticello, taken by Pat Major and Kevin Felice. Both men ordered out, so Emmerich and Gordon will take their places. Emmerich leaves the puck back to Patterson in the far corner of the Delaware zone. He plays the carom shot behind the goal, and Luce gets tripped up. Delaware will head back to the box as Owen Doan signals the hold with 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the third. Kevin Felice comes off, and Syracuse, for the 4th time tonight, will go back to the power play. Major, Gordon, Brunner, Grande on up front on the power play. Major got tied up by the stick of Docking over that far dot, and we've got a puck out of play just 7 seconds in to the Syracuse man advantage. Blue line's being held down by Hatchett and Jacobs. Docking, the center man on this draw. Shuma, Pierkowski, and Jack Zimmer round out the penalty killers for Delaware. Confirmed as a holding penalty by public address announcer Bill Williams. Puck is knocked loose from a battle at the near half wall in the Delaware zone. Chased down by Shuma off his backhand. He ricochets it off the boards in front of his bench into neutral territory, and the Orange will have to regroup. We're 3 minutes into this third period. It's 1-1. Pierkowski works the puck to Docking. Didn't get good contact on that pass. Docking chased it down at the left dot. Dumped it in behind the Syracuse goal where it's handled by Pat Major. Major flips it back to Ford Hatchett. He's got room now up the near side outside the dots. He's kept there by Hulser, who gets a couple hacks in at him as he works into Delaware territory. Puck caroms to the far corner where it's played on by Jacobs up to the right point. Waiting there was Morrow. Back to Jacobs, now across to Hatchett, top of the left circle. He stepped up to try to shoot. Hulser took the puck away. He launches it the length of the ice, steadied by the paddle of Eric Parker, the Syracuse netminder who stopped 24 of 25 shots on goal in the first 2 periods of action. Here's a 3-on-2 for Syracuse on the re-entry. Jacobs took aim from the right circle. Connor Preston came crashing in, but Ponticello had the last word on both of them with just over 4 minutes elapsed in period number 3. Covering up the puck to force the stop in the action. Face-off comes out to Ponticello's left. Hulser and Prestamo in over the far circle. Prestamo wins the draw. It's kicked by Brunner Grande's backhand to Hayward at the right point. His cannon from long range was off its line. Rebound controlled by Prestamo now in the near corner. Flipped back to Brunner Grande. Up to Murphy. At the left point, challenged by Jenny. Good puck movement along the near side. Trying to jam one in on the welcome mat left side was Lucas Prestamo. But stacking the pads, Ponticello kept this game tied at 1. Delayed penalty against Syracuse. They touch up, the whistle sounds, and the final 3 seconds of what would have been the Syracuse penalty, or power play I should say, called back due to a tripping minor. It says Lucas Prestamo vying for the puck in the near corner of the Delaware zone. 4 minutes, 28 seconds elapsed by the official tally here in the third period of play at Fred Rust Arena. And now Delaware is on the power play as Felice heads to the bench and Emmerich comes on. So Emmerich joins Mazzella, Niski, DeFerris, and Zimmer. Jack Zimmer center point. Back to Mazzella. Top of the left circle. Worked in close. Emmerich's stick was lifted on the doorstep. Niski in a battle for the puck behind the cage. Absorbed the check from Ricker. It's batted to Mazzella. Now at the left half wall. Mazzella working the blue line. to Ferris, top of the right circle, one-timer, Mazzella, bar down, no goal, but the rebound is in! Yes! Good net front awareness, and it's put back off the bar down, crossbar bounce back into the blue paint, whatever you want to call it. My words are disorganized, so was the play, but there's no style points in hockey. It is 2-1 Delaware. On a night littered with technical difficulties and issues on the broadcast and on site, that was probably my worst goal call ever. But not the worst goal ever, as Delaware gets one on the power play to go up 2-1. Off the rebound of a shot that hit the crossbar. The Hens take the lead. Bill Williams will have all the particulars for us, and he'll chime in once ready. Connor Preston wrists the puck back into the Delaware, and here's Bill. Another net front scrum. Parker surrounded, nearly trampled by Niski, but he was able to cover up the puck before Niski and Nima could get to it. 14:18 to go in regulation. Delaware took the lead. It was Chris Mazzella with his 8th of the season, putting back the rebound of Colin Emmerich. Shot off the crossbar, or so it's credited officially. It looked like it bounced in off the goalie's back. Here come the Orange out of their zone. Hayward across ice to Wheeler. Dumps it into the Delaware end after gaining through neutral territory. Back to Kai Miller at the right point it goes, backhanded on deeper in. Recovered by Felice for Delaware in the far corner, but only for a brief moment he couldn't clear. Miller denied from the right point by Aponicello's stick save. Nearly a rebound chance from Matt Jacobs, but that puck rolled through the crease. Owen Doan with the washout says no goal. It didn't go in, guys. Worked in close again by Syracuse. Losing his footing, Peter Owen Hayward couldn't complete the wraparound. Puck is loose in the far corner, recovered by Jacobs. He's challenged by Felice. Delayed penalty, now it's touched up by Delaware. And the whistle sounds. 6:37 gone by here in period number 3. As Felice heads back to the sin bin. And the Hens, with their first lead of the game, are back on the PK. Face off to the left of Chris Ponticello. Niski good, Pierkowski. Apologies, Docking good, Pierkowski and DeFerris are the penalty killers. One-timer off the draw, Preston center point off the glass. Felice guilty of roughing. Here's Docking heading up a 2-on-2. Docking up the right side. Hard shot from the outside edge of the right circle into the breadbasket of Parker. And the Orange are quick to attack the other direction. Prestamo, hard shot from the left dot off the glass, comes back out to the right point, swatted out of the reach of Ford Hatchett into the neutral zone. It was Cam Pierkowski who forced the Orange to regroup. Cross ice pass now from Brunner Grande to the far half wall and Hayward. Syracuse captain lines up a shot center point, but it's wide of the right post. Rebound held in Syracuse control by a turning Ford Hatchett. Recovered by DeFerris in the far corner for Delaware. He winds up and he clears. Half the penalty to Felice has expired. 7 minutes and 40 seconds of this third period have expired too. Delaware with a 2-1 lead over the Syracuse Orange. We are back tomorrow. Airtime will be 5:15 for the rematch between the Orange and the Blue Hens. Zach Gordon just now denied on the doorstep by Ponticello. Had lots of space, but Ponticello reacted to block that shot down. Jacobs working the right point. Plays it across to Gordon at the half wall. Now to the near side, he fires the puck. Jacobs crosses over to recover. Sets up Major with a hard wrist shot center point, which was wide. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against Syracuse as Ponticello makes a break for the bench. But the puck is touched by the Orange. And the trip signaled by Rich Jondo, who also doubles as an AHL linesman. How about that? Zach Gordon, the guilty party of the tripping minor. At 8:29. So another Syracuse power play cut short by an offensive zone penalty. If Bob Thomas were here, he'd be barking up a storm about offensive zone penalties and how nothing breaks momentum like them. The Hens get a minute and 50 seconds and change of a power play, and here they come. Harrison Schuma works to the left point. The others set. Those others are Mazzella, DeFerris, Emmerich net front, and Niski in the far corner. Niski to Mazzella at the left half wall. 9 minutes have elapsed here in the third period. DeFerris, top of the right circle, back to Mazzella, one-timer from 50 feet out, hits the leg of Connor Preston. Mazzella takes a punishing hit at the left point after protecting the zone, and the Orange are able to clear. 10:43 to go here in period number 3. Hens looking to pad a 2-1 lead. It was Chris Mazzella's 8th of the season who got them the go-ahead goal. And now Colin Emmerich chases down the puck to the far corner of his own end, but alongside of him is Lucas Prestamo, leading scorer for Syracuse with 4 on the year thus far. Hens are able to break out. It's a 3-on-2 set up by Mike Niski up the right side. Headman pass to DeFerris. He couldn't jam one in on the doorstep. It's cleared out by Parker with a little bit of help from his stay-at-home D-core of Ford Hatchett and Austin Ricker. In comes Niski again. Level with the outside of the right circles. Back to DeFerris working the near point. DeFerris lines up a shot center point. Docking on the doorstep. Couldn't place the redirect. Niski gets the rebound at the near corner. Docking, looking to clear out the kitchen right in front of Eric Parker. But he can't make room enough for anything to happen from there. Peter Owen Hayward the other way. Looking for space. Pressed back out into the neutral zone by Docking. 6 seconds left on the Gordon minor. Breakout pass intercepted by Ostrander, but this play is called back offside as Hayward, well after the whistle and the ones after it, carries Ostrander into the far corner of the Syracuse zone. None the worse for wear with 9:33 to go here in regulation. And the ensuing face-off takes place in the hands of Sean Hoppy from just above the Syracuse blue line. 3 seconds left on the man advantage. Docking bats the puck over the stripe. It's cleared aggressively by Mackenzie Murphy to end a successful penalty kill and pin Delaware back in their own zone as the Orange resume full-strength play. 9:15 to go in regulation. Jay Luce corrals the puck, which comes back down out of the atmosphere. It's head man to Skip Redgate. He carries into a 1-on-3, trailed by Docking. In the mid slot, Mackenzie Murphy took it away for Syracuse. It's rifled back in. Redgate again at the far corner, looking for space. He's kept at that far wall by Christopher Brunner Grande. Kai Miller takes the puck away. He can't clear. It's stolen right back from him by Docking. Hauled into the corner by Prestamo. Puck is trapped. Docking plays the body. Now he's held up by Murphy, and Delaware's able to maintain. Redgate looking for space. Kicks it back to Mike Patterson at the point. Thrown in from long range. Docking reaches for it, but getting a little bit of a better reach right in front of the Syracuse net. Murphy works it on to Colin Morrow, and in come the Orange again. Morrow absorbs a check from Guido. The rest of them change as Morrow keeps that dump and chase alive. Jay Luce recovers for Delaware deep in the blue hen's end. Cross ice pass to Patterson. Ostrander jumped, couldn't glove the puck down before it got out of the zone. Hatchett recovered for Syracuse. Net front chance, and a good one from Patrick Major. He ties it up at 2 with 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the contest. Pat Major with his first of the season. Off the centering pass, he was right in front of the net. Good timing from Syracuse. Delaware, I think, got caught sleeping a little bit as the Orange were in the midst of a line change just a few seconds earlier. And when you cool down the Jets like that in the defensive zone, that's when bad things happen. And the Hens are once again staring down a deadlock score. It was Ford Hatchett with the lone assist on the Major goal with the centering pass from the left corner. So 7.5 minutes to go in regulation. Delaware and Syracuse tied at 2. Felice can't play the puck off the far boards out of his zone. Matt Jacobs stepped up, kept the pressure on. And that relentless Syracuse forecheck. Jacobs again, double teamed in the far corner by Felice and Guido. Felice steps up, lays the body on. Coming in to lend puck support for Syracuse is Brunner Grande, but it's taken away from him by Felice. Felice flips it back to DeFerris, who has to chase the puck down behind his own goal line. Now to Good it comes. Good up the right side to Jackson Nee, working into Syracuse territory. 10 feet after the line, he takes a check from Mackenzie Murphy into the near boards. Puck ends up below the Syracuse goal, brought out by Murphy, advanced by Morrow at the left dots, into a 1-on-2. Good lost his footing on the back check. Had some help from Chuma. A cannon from the left point from Austin Ricker off a failed Delaware clear. Ends up in the glove of Chris Ponticello, and that brings us a break in the action with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in this third period. Fresh legs on for both sides. Face off to Ponticello's left. Pat Major, who had the game-tying goal for Syracuse, and Jake Nema, the former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knight, took the draw. Puck played to the far wall where Niski, in front of his own bench, gets it away to Jack Zimmer, but he couldn't clear off the carom shot. Zimmer again will work it up the left side off the stick of Niski. He chips the puck. He tried to chip it into the Syracuse end, but instead directs it out of play off the blade of his stick with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go in regulation. And when we're done here, a reminder, the action continues on Delaware Hockey Night Radio as the audio stream continues with coverage from the University of Delaware women's game. They're in progress against Westchester as we speak. Full broadcast schedule available at dehockeynight.com. And we're right back here tomorrow with the rematch of this contest. Airtime 5:15 for Delaware Syracuse 2.0. Austin Ricker recovers the puck for Syracuse in the neutral zone, headmans it to Vinny Barone, who shoots from the top of the zone, actually just above the blue line. Clean catch made by Ponticello from 70 feet away. He hangs on to freeze the action once again. Nima awaits Jacobs in the face-off circle to Ponticello's left. Nima wins this draw. Patterson chases down the puck below his own goal. Scrum for it there. Patterson maintains, works it to Mazzella, flipped up from his own blue line. He tries to connect with Niski, who attempted to split defenders at the Syracuse blue line. Nima's able to chase down the puck. He rolls it back to the left point, thrown in there by Patterson, but taken away by Hayward. Advance to Jacobs. Here's a 2-on-1. Jacobs lost his footing. Couldn't connect on the dot-to-dot pass with Vinny Barone. Back behind the cage it goes. Played out by Niski up the near side. On to Mazzella. Back to Niski, accelerating through the middle. Drop pass Mazzella to Nima, top of the right circle. Shot from there, right into the chest protector of Eric Parker, yes. And he hangs on for the stoppage. With 4:56 to go in regulation. Felice for the attacking zone face-off for Delaware, flanked by Redgate and Emmerich. Felice wins the draw. Redgate back to DeFerris. Good from the right point. Wrist shot bounced off Felice's shoulder to the far corner, where it's kept in by Colin Emmerich for Delaware. Played below the cage to the near side. Felice and Prestamo converge. Now Redgate ties up the puck in the corner. Felice comes back through the other direction. Can't work it free. Delayed penalty coming up against Syracuse. Good through the slot. Emmerich with a failed redirect, and now Syracuse touches, and that brings us a break in the action with 4:30 to go. And if Delaware is going to seal victory here tonight, they've got a great opportunity to do so on the power play. Ford Hatchett rung up for a slash. He clearly does not agree. He's got to be escorted to the penalty box after he voices his displeasure to referee Rich Jondo. The Hens power play will begin to the right of Eric Parker, with Mike Niski taking the draw. Emmerich and Mazzella at his flanks. Schuma and DeFerris, the point men. Niski behind the cage to DeFerris near side. Back to Niski at the right half wall. Niski works the top of the umbrella. Drop pass back to Schuma. Hard shot from the left point. Comes right back toward him. Off the pads of Parker. Niski handles the rebound. There's Mike Niski dumping the puck into Emmerich at the left corner. Emmerich working below the cage. Flips it back to DeFerris. Good puck movement from Delaware here. DeFerris top of the right circle to Mazzella. Top of the zone. DeFerris stops at the right half wall. He and Mazzella play keep away to Ferris with a cannon. Rebound tracked down by Schuma. He can't punch it past Parker on the backhand. And a frozen puck with 3:41 to go in regulation gives us a chance to catch our breath. How about that? The stream is staying intact. Again, for those of you joining us from all across the Northeast region, we appreciate your patience as the night's just been technical difficulty after technical difficulty. We're grateful to still have you on board as we work our way to the closing minutes of a pretty darn entertaining hockey game. DeFerris and Mazzella again. Working high in the zone. 52 seconds left on the power play. 200 seconds left in regulation. DeFerris, the right half wall. Mishandled the puck, fed to him by Schuma. Now worked into Emmerich. Nearly swatted out of his reach, kept in by DeFerris. Cannon from Mazzella was blocked. He gets his own rebound. Throws it to Niski in the far corner, but it sails over his stick to Chuma at the left point. Mazzella offers support to him. Mazzella across to Niski, stepping up to the right dot. Hard shot. It's right in front of the Syracuse net. It was batted down. Niski swept in to get the rebound. He steps up to the top of the right circle again. Cross ice pass to Mazzella. Down to the final 2:42 of regulation. Niski, Chuma, net front to Ferris. He shoots and scores! Jake DeFerris with that net front tap puts the Delaware Blue Hens up 3-2 with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Right on the doorstep, Jake DeFerris punches the puck past Parker with 7 seconds left on the power play. And it's 3-2 Delaware. A net front tap in. Odd silence over the Fred Rust Arena stands. And now it's confirmed. Chuma with the lone assist. As he had the initial shot, DeFerris right on the doorstep. The right edge of the crease. Put the redirect in to give Delaware the 3-2 lead. Down to the last 2 minutes of play in regulation. Docking gloves the puck down out of the air just inside the Syracuse blue line. It's muscled through neutral territory by Hatchett, and Morrow walks it back in over the Delaware line, but he's pickpocketed at the top of the left circle. Docking couldn't work through. Taking the puck away from him was Hatchett. He lined up a shot at the top of the left circle. Ponticello got enough of it to move play back into the neutral zone. Now Docking's tied up by Jacobs in front of the scorer's table. Docking gets the puck away, flips it back into Syracuse territory. We've got 90 seconds to go here at Fred Rust Arena. Pass through up the neutral zone from Hatchett, bounces off the stick of Jacobs. Empty net for the Syracuse Orange as Jackson Nee puts forechecking pressure on Mackenzie Murphy. Murphy couldn't escape his zone. Ostrander took the puck away from him. Rifled it back into the near corner where it's recovered by Hatchett. Down to the final minute of play here in regulation. Hatchett up the left side, a hard shot from above the Delaware blue line, batted into the air by Ponticello to the far corner. Battle for the puck develops there. Hulser tries to tie it up, kicks it out to Murphy instead at the point, taken away by Ostrander. Long range shot, that is in! Brian Ostrander with the empty netter. Practically seals it for Delaware. And in the words of Mike Lang, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building. Brian Ostrander with the empty net goal from his own blue line with 43.4 seconds remaining. And the rest will be a mere formality. So the empty netter seals a 4-2 win for Delaware, but the Hens are keeping the momentum on in the Syracuse zone to try to carry it over to Saturday after they got off to a bit of a slow start here tonight. Emmerich double teamed in the far corner, reaching for the puck. Crestamo tries to muscle away with it. Instead, Felice takes it away. Good shot from the top of the right circle, comes back to him 2-1, and Delaware improves to 7-6. 7 home games, 7 wins. They beat Syracuse 4-2. Goals from Redgate, Mazzella, DeFerris, and the empty netter from Ostrander. in the final 43 seconds sealed victory for the Blue Hens. They'll be back tomorrow to take on Syracuse again. Airtime 5:15 here on Delaware Hockey Night TV, simulcast on Delaware Hockey Night Radio. We invite you to join us over at DHN Radio right now. In about 10 minutes, we'll pick up action at Gold Arena as the women's team from Blue Hens Hockey squares off against Westchester. That game will be joined in progress. It started about 70 minutes ago. We'll pick up the action somewhere in the middle of the second period. For Grayston Levy behind the scenes and all the hard work that she did to keep things rolling despite some tense moments in the control room and in the press box, this is James Witherite thanking you for joining us. We'll do it again tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, the final score, Delaware 4, Syracuse 2. For those of you joining us for the women's game, it's on Delaware Hockey Night Radio at dehockeynight.com. For those of you bidding us adieu for the rest of the night, we'll do it again tomorrow at 5:15.